crash, bro?
This is the worst car in America, hands down. The Dodge Charger EV.
Dodge Charger EV?
Yes, you love electric cars. I've never hated a car. I actually hate this car.
And then you get the gas one. The gas one is 540, period. At a gas engine.
Oh, this is the gasser.
The whole gas. I told you.
A couple weeks ago, one of the biggest car channels here on YouTube bought a Dodge Charger EV and immediately called it the worst car in America. Cleetus, I'm not here to dispute that, man, but I will say you bought the wrong Charger. Guys, right behind me are two very different definitions of what it means to own a Dodge Charger. On this side, we've got the all-new 2026 high-output six-pack with a 3.0 liter twin-turbo-powered Hurricane motor. This is an all-wheel drive platform with the option to click a button and go rear-wheel drive, pushing 550 horsepower. On this side, and honestly, it needs zero introduction, is the 2023 last call jailbreak wide body Charger. 717 horsepower being pushed out of its 6.2 liter Hemi supercharged motor. Take it from me, guys, I've owned a 5.7 Hemi. I've owned the 6.4 liter 392 Scat Pack. I now own a wide body Hellcat. So when Dodge sent me this six-pack Charger, I was pretty convinced that the comparison would send me to a straight W for the V8. But the reality is, after spending almost 2 weeks daily driving both, the comparison is much more complex. So today, we're gonna put these two beasts side by side and find out exactly where the six-pack starts to shine, where the Hellcat still dominates the road, and ultimately really find out, did Dodge build a newer, better Dodge Charger, or just a more modern car? You're coming with me, let's do it. Full transparency, guys, Dodge provided me with this six-pack to create content, but they're not scripting this video and they aren't telling me what to say. I'm perfectly positioned to tell you guys what I like about this car honestly, what I don't like about this car honestly, and how it compares to the 2023 wide-body Hellcat. Now, of course, they're two different platforms, two very different cars, and I figured that we can highlight those things today. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. Now, when it comes to looks, I think the comparison is much more close in person than it is in photos. Truth is, this six-pack is a completely different car. It is much longer. Believe it or not, it is actually wider than the 2023 wide-body Hellcat. And of course, it's a much more modern take on what a muscle car should look like. I do think the car has some street presence. And personally, I really love this 3/4 front grille, front wheel, front fender look. And I mean, come in close, let's take a look. Sitting this close, you can really see the front profile of the car, the way that the big wheels really fit nicely. And of course, if I hit this button right here, we can see that front LED light bar that just looks so modern and really, really nice. Now, I'm not gonna disagree with you. The wide-body Hellcat is the most aggressive-looking Charger to date. But this is a car that took 20 years to get to this final form. Of course, it's a beautiful car. This, on the other hand, is a car that is on its first leg, and we're finally seeing what aftermarket support and modifications can really do. Hard to compare a car that has been built, refined, and modified for 20 years to a car that is on its first leg. Regardless of that, the six-pack does have quite a few new appearance features and functionality features that we're gonna jump into, but the smallest detailed example is literally the key fobs. It's a small thing, but the key fob tells you a lot. The Hellcat's key fob is world-renowned, and it's the same key fob that Dodge has been putting on their cars for over a decade. Honestly, I've got a drawer full of them. Red, blue, black, pink, it doesn't really matter. The six-pack's key is brand new. It's machined, has this carbon fiber backing. It's definitely weighted, and it feels like somebody actually designed it. Neither one of these makes the car faster, but it's the one thing you touch every single day, and I enjoy having a nice-looking key fob. 20 years apart and doing the same job in two completely different ways. The Hellcat does it with a bigger motor, more displacement, a supercharger, and absolutely no apologies on the road. Six-pack does it with twin turbos, all-wheel drive, and you can tell a lot more thinking went into the product. Side by side on the road, you'd be surprised how close they actually look. And then you hear them. That's kind of the whole thing between these two. Parked next to each other, they're not really competing. One of them is the end of something while the other one is really just the start. Dying out here, but I thought it was important to go ahead and record my reaction to the sound test for the cold start of the Six-pack and the Hellcat directly next to each other. Now I gotta warn you guys, the Hellcat does have a modified exhaust. It actually has a Valvetronic exhaust on it, and even though I kept the valves closed, we still got a chance to hear just how deep and throaty that supercharged V8 engine really is. Nobody's gonna discount what a Hellcat sounds like, and I'm sure you guys have heard Hellcats for many years now. So let's talk about the Six-pack sound. And overall, I'm pretty impressed. I cannot complain and say that the Six-pack sounds really awful, because in person, it really sounds pretty damn good. I try to do my best to capture that with the mic here using the Osmo, even using the iPhone mic, but I won't be able to tell what that sounded like until I get down to the computer and do some editing. Of course, I just wanted to give you guys my initial first reaction. Inside, the Hellcat is exactly what it was built to be. Carbon fiber accents across the dash and the center console, the flat bottom SRT steering wheel, leather seats that actually hold you when the car does something stupid. It's a car enthusiast interior. Nothing in there was trying to build a tech showcase, and honestly, the car is better for it. And the Six-pack keeps that same language. Carbon fiber accents inside, carbon fiber mirrors on the outside, fully trimmed leather seats, and of course you can't forget the huge glass moonroof. The Six-pack adds all of the technology the Hellcat came out too early for. The big center screen, the fully digital dash cluster, surround view cameras all around the car. Genuinely, these cameras changed the way I drive this thing. And of course, you can't forget adaptive cruise control that actually works in traffic. All right, guys, so we're going for a ride in the Widebody jailbreak Hellcat. Now, while we go for this ride, I am actually going to go ahead and throw on the Meta glasses. Not only do we have the cameras set up, but you also have my POV here as we go for the ride. One of the first things we got to do, of course, plug in the phone, get CarPlay going. That's one of those things that you'll notice in the Six-pack. Wireless CarPlay in the Hellcat. Of course, you got to have handy dandy USB-C or USB cable. Valves are open on the car right now, and we're gonna put it in track mode because that is the way to drive a Hellcat, right? Now, there's one thing that I've got on my mind as we go for this ride, and that's the fact that it might rain in the next 15-20 minutes. So I'm hoping we can make it back home before the rain actually starts, because otherwise, I got to admit, I am a little bit concerned. Nobody wants to be driving a Hellcat in the rain. That is absolutely unreal. We are actually here pulling up to the post office, doing daily driver kind of activities in the Hellcat, and I can tell you this is one hell of a daily drive. We are just gonna curb park this thing, and I'm gonna show you guys exactly how I park this thing in front of the post office every single day versus how I park the six-pack. You guys know that I'm constantly delivering red key fobs to you. I come to the post office pretty much one time a day, and well, I've got 3 of them going out today, so it's time to pull up here before they close. So I know many people are not going to agree, but I do pull up to the curb and I park in the fire lane for 30 seconds every single day. I'm here, like I said, every single day, and well, this little process of getting as close to the curb as possible isn't super easy. Sometimes I park, I kind of know gauging wise what the car is sized like, but I do sometimes throw it in reverse. I kind of check my mirrors, make sure I'm really about as close to the curb as I can get. Pull up a little bit further here. Let's see. And well, this is about it. The car will probably have to stay right here. Okay, just hop out of the car here. Packages in my hand, post office right there, and I'll show you guys exactly where the Hellcat ended up. We are a couple of feet away from the curb because that is probably about as close as we could get without being unsure that we were going to accidentally damage a wheel. So that is what it is. So now let's hop over to the six-pack. We're gonna pull up to the post office in the same way that we did before, and you can just watch how I parked the car a little bit better this time than I did last time. Of course, we'll be using the surround cameras to get as close to the curb as possible, and that's just one of those things. New car, new tech, super cool. So here you can kind of see me working my way close to the curb. I already put it into the curb view camera, which is right on the front right fender and shows the front right wheel. So as I turn the wheel, I can see my rim pop into the view and then kind of make sure that I'm not going to curb a wheel by accident. So here we did a pretty okay park job. Definitely could have got closer if I decided to, but overall pretty easy to park a car when you have a 360 camera view like this. And well, excuse the hand motions. I was just trying to show you guys what the cameras look like here. All right, so we're gonna hop out here and just take a look at what this park job looked like. And I will say, we probably could have got a little bit closer to the curb, but the six-pack looks pretty damn good there. And I'll hop back in here and show you guys another camera view, this time using the full 360-degree surround camera, which almost like an SUV. I really see these kind of cameras in big SUVs. You can use this to drive through a narrow drive-through, just like this one here. And you can see this wide six-pack made it right through, pretty easy, right through the drive-through. And of course, I blew the stop sign. For probably the last ride in the six-pack, unless we go out later, you never know. But you have to enjoy it for what it is, you know? And we've had a lot of fun with this car while it's been here, so I've definitely learned how to drive it a lot more as I spent more time with it, including liking to launch the car myself instead of like using the formal launch control mode. So that's exactly what we're gonna do on this little launch. Just gonna wait till we're clear of all traffic, and well, now that we are, Let's do it. Load up the brake a little bit. Give us a countdown.
3, 2, 1.
Did that launch harder than when you sent it?
I don't know. I feel like I felt it more because I'm not driving.
True, yeah. Definitely as a passenger, the car is going to feel more like violent than when you're the driver and you're controlling when you go forward and back, you know? But I mean, overall, this car has been a lot of fun to drive around in.
So, there's a launch mode, but the way you just did it now isn't the launch mode?
No, that
you just went from stop?
Yeah, that was literally just loading up the brake to let the turbo spool a little bit and then just hitting the gas as soon as I saw the brake pressure or the boost pressure start to build up. We just basically pressing both pedals all the way down, and then you just let go of the brake and the car just goes. Mm-hmm. So
the Daytona had a button, right?
Yeah, the Daytona had a launch button. This one has a launch button too, so we can try it when we're out here. We can try the launch mode. Sure. Now I know there's no more speed bumps. Let's see if it stays in its lane. Pretty damn good. That's pretty damn good. 60 mile an hour S turns, you know.
It's nerve-wracking being the passenger for sure. For sure.
Hold the gas. No shit.
I think that was it, right?
I think that was it, yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
And like I said, unlike in the Hellcat, I've taken this turn with a couple different people in the car, including Jafet, and we went hard. It's crazy to take a turn like this. We're miles an hour.
It's scary. Oh my god.
Woo, baby. That is fucking crazy to be able to do that. Triple digit turn like nothing.
I slid out of a plaza in your Hellcat just because the floor was barely wet. Going at 15 miles an hour.
That's crazy. Yeah, you can't tap the gas on that thing. And then what's even more beautiful is immediately after that, you got to go into sport mode, rear wheel drive. Went from being an all-wheel drive monster where you could take a three-digit turn. Literally, now we're rear wheel drive only. Hopefully there's not a cop behind us. And just like that, baby, from all-wheel drive to rear wheel drive. How cool is that? That's fucking awesome. Because usually, if you're in an all-wheel drive car, you're stuck in all-wheel drive. You can't just put it in rear-wheel drive and have fun.
Please look straight. You're killing me. I'm so fucking scared right now. You don't understand. I'm tight.
I got her scared. Perfect. But, I mean, that's amazing. We went from all-wheel drive, taking triple-digit turns, to rear-wheel drive, spinning donuts, and then just again, 60 seconds later, we're going to stop, click a button, right from rear-wheel drive into my custom mode, which is all-wheel drive, and we're ready to go. I mean, just like that, we're back on the road. And now we have all the power that the car can do again. First house right here, so I'll just pull in.
Okay, sounds good. I'll do that.
Awesome. I'll see you in 20 minutes, sir.
All right.
All right, guys, just like that, the six-pack has to go home. They are picking it up, and as you guys can see, he went for a drive, a last drive in the six-pack, even though it's raining. That's one of those things that I would have never done inside of my Hellcat is, holy shit, it's raining, let's go for a drive. That's something that the all-wheel drive platform can kind of offer you, but the Hellcat traditional 392 outgoing platform cannot offer you, unless you have a GT, V6 all-wheel drive version, and we all know how we feel about those. This inline-six is definitely got more character than those outgoing V6s that used to exist, right? So just like that, guys, we've had a lot of fun with this thing. I guess we'll do closing notes and stuff like that outside the car, but we got to get ready to load this thing into the trailer. Let's do it. Perfect. Smooth. You make it look easy.
Is it electric?
Yeah, it's funny, man. That's the most popular question is this the electric one? I get it from everyone. I've driven the electric one also, and this one is a lot more fun than the electric one.
Always.
Yeah,
Always more
you
fun.
can hear it, you can feel it. And so that basically completes my full comparison of the 2026 six-pack high output Charger to the 2023 wide-body jailbreak Hellcat. And honestly guys, I had an incredible time. 14 days with two absolutely beautiful machines, and I'm really sad to see the six-pack go. This thing is just too much fun to daily drive. It saves money on gas. It is so much easier to drive in the Florida rain. And well, you guys saw the video, so you understand my opinion. If you enjoyed this review, make sure you drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe to the channel so Dodge will send us another car and we get to do another cool review like this. But more importantly, guys, I appreciate you being here, and I'll see you for the next one. Let's hit this six-pack and get the hell on the road.